Good evening, yogis. My name is Daniel. This is Daniel Lee Yoga. Thank you for joining me for class today. Today we have a 60-minute Vinyasa focused class, level 2, and this week we've been working on breathwork and movement. So we're tying it all in together from our fundamentals on Monday, our level 1 on Wednesday, and now rounding out the week with our level 2 on Friday. So I hope you've had a great week and thank you for joining me for class today. As far as level 2, it's a little more advanced. We'll get into some more advanced postures. We'll definitely be moving a lot again today. But the focus will be on the breath, letting the breath lead the movement rather than vice versa. As far as blocks or props, the only thing you may need are a block or two if you generally use them. They're not super essential, so don't worry if you have them, or don't worry if you don't have them. If you do, just place them up at the top of your mat. We might come back to them later. So in our class, I want you to kind of just think of how you would normally go throughout a day, just walking down the street, waking up, walking in your house. Typically, you don't think too much about your breath. You think about your movement, putting one leg in front of the other. And today and this week, we've been trying to flip that and try to focus on our breath first and let our breath lead our movement. And in order to do that, to kind of help us train to do that, we use repetition. We go through sequences where we'll repeat the process that we did before. So as we become more comfortable with the movement, we can then allow ourselves to reconnect with the breath and let that lead us through practice. So we're definitely going to work on that today. We're back at the beach. Hopefully enjoy the sights and sounds of the water. I'm in Baltimore and there's a crazy storm coming through right now. Just looking out my window here. So hopefully we don't lose power, but if I go out, most likely that's what happened. But we'll see. Coney's here to keep us safe. All right, so if you are ready to get started, meet me in a nice cross-legged comfortable seat and we'll start there. So heels underneath the knees, sitting up nice and straight, nice and tall. If you ever feel like you're falling back or having trouble sitting up straight, just elevate yourself, either by placing a blanket, a block, or rolling up your mat just to give you a little bit of height. You can rest your palms on top of your knees. Just start to take some nice deep inhales and exhales. So we're going to begin class with a pranayama breath work. It's simple in its way to follow, but it can be a little challenging to maybe if you're not used to this kind of breath work. And also I would like to say with this particular breath work, if you are pregnant or trying to become pregnant, just breathe normally. But for 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to try a new breath work. So typically when we breathe, our inhales are a lot longer than our exhales. And we're going to reverse that in our breathing today. So this time we're going to inhale for a certain amount of count of breaths, and then when we exhale, we'll exhale out for a longer count. And then as I go on and cue you, we'll pick up the amount of holds that we have. So make sure you're in a nice comfortable seat. You can rest the palms however you'd like. They can rest on top of your knees, up. You can bring your hands into the center of your chest. Just make sure you're nice and comfortable. And as we settle in, root down through your sit bones, rise up through the crown of the head, soften the shoulders down away from the ears. Just take a nice deep inhale and exhale. So once I start counting through these breaths, the invitation is to breathe just through your nose. So we're inhaling through our nose and exhaling through our nose. So let's begin by taking a nice deep inhale in through the nose. Through the mouth, exhale. Let's begin. Inhale through the nose. 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And return to normal breathing. If your eyes were closed, you can start to gently blink your eyes open. And stay in your seat, but switch the crossing of your legs. So bring the opposite leg in front. And we'll just begin by warming up our wrists. So clasp the fingers together just gently. Bring the base of the palms together. And let's make some gentle circles. Really, they're like figure eights here. Figure eights are infinity symbols here. Just make sure you have a loose clasp and you're not totally gripping. If you can, keep your wrists and your elbows touching or close to touching. Let's switch directions. This is where my wrists always seem to pop a little bit, just feeling it out a little. But as we move through our sequences, we'll definitely be relying on our wrists, so good to warm them up now. And gently slow and release. Bring the backs of your palms together, and let's just circle them through and back. So just start in one direction. Try to keep the base of your wrist touching as you come through. Try not to hit your chin on the way up. Sometimes I do that if I lose focus here, so be careful. Little tip there. Let's switch directions. So you can avoid hitting your nose or your chin. Coming this way. A couple more times here. And gently bring your hands to the center and release them down to the sides. Let's keep waking up the arms. Let's inhale, raise the arms up overhead, soften the shoulders down. Exhale, palms out, release the arms down. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, palms out, release down. Adding a twist now. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to your right, release the arms down to the right. Inhaling back to center. And exhale, twist to your left, releasing both arms down. One more time, each side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to your right, release down. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, release down to the sides. Inhale, back up to center. Keep both arms up, soften both shoulders. We'll add a side lean. Release your left arm down, fingertips or palm to the mat or to a block. Keep both sitting bones rooted. Inhale as you lengthen. And exhale as you start to lean over that left side. Keep your shoulders and your hips square. Keep rooting down that right hip bone. The sitting bone, I should say. You can walk that left hand out if you'd like. Keep gently pressing down through that right side. Raising the right arm up to the sky. One more breath. Keep the right arm up. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Soften the shoulders. Exhale, release the right arm down. And we'll side lean over to the left. So inhale as you lengthen. And exhale, use that length to lean over the right side this time. Again, we're not turning here, so try to keep the shoulders square. You can walk those fingertips out, but if you feel that left hip coming up, keep rooting that left sit bone down. Gently press down through the left side, extend up through those fingertips. Let's stay for one more breath. And let's inhale back up to center, both arms up. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. All right, let's come into tabletop position. Come forward or send your legs off to the side. Get there whatever way works for you. Inner tabletop, wrists are below our shoulders. Knees are below the hips, tops of the feet to the mat. Gently pressing down through the tops of the feet and the base of each finger and each palm, hugging the navel in and up to create a nice long spine. Take a breath here and exhale. Coming through our cat-cows, let's inhale as we drop the navel, send the heart forward, look up. Exhale, round the back, shoulders separate, head hangs heavy, cat pose. Inhale, drop the navel, tailbone lifts, heart forward, lift up, cow. And exhale, rounding the back, shoulders separate. Keep going, 2 more each way. Inhaling into your cow. Exhaling, rounding into your cat. Try to isolate and start the movement from the low back through the middle. Head is the last thing to move. And exhale, round into your cat. Coming back down to neutral, we'll reverse that. So typically we go through our inhales through our cows, but this time we'll do exhale through cow and inhale through cat. So take an inhale, and now exhale, drop the navel, tailbone lift, heart forward, look up. And we inhale, so we separate the shoulders, head hangs heavy. Exhale, drop the navel, tailbone lifts, heart forward, look up. Inhale into your cat, rounding the back, head hangs heavy. Keep going, 2 more times on your breath. Exhale into your cow. Inhaling into cat. 1 more time. Last round of the back. Meet me in a nice neutral spine again, and let's come back into our child's pose. So bring the big toes to touch, let the knees come out to the side, send your hips back toward your heels. Release your hips to your heels, your forehead to the mat. You can walk your hands out slightly, releasing the forearms down. Just stay for a couple deep breaths in your child's pose. This is always a great pose to come back to if you need to reconnect with your breath or just reground yourself. You need a little bit of a break. You can always come back here. While you're here, just try to take some nice deep breaths. Maybe you do what we did on the beginning of class where we started to deepen our exhales. Longer, slow, deep exhales, shorter inhales. Just take 1 more deep breath. And exhale. Now let's lift the hips back up. Come back into your tabletop. And tabletop, we'll go right into plank pose. So we'll curl the toes under. Shoulders over wrists. Fingers are nice and spread. Staying for a couple breaths in your tabletop. And now exhale, gently release the knees down. Shift your torso forward. Bend the elbows and lower all the way to the mat. Uncurl the back toes. Stay for a moment here. So that way we just did was one version of our chaturanga, where we dropped our knees down, we shift our torso forward. We'll go through a couple different options. But while we're down, press the tops of your feet down, and on your inhale, lift the head up, chest up into your baby cobra. Keep drawing the backs of the shoulders down your back, pressing down through the feet, hugging the ankles in. And exhale, gently release. Curl those toes back under. Press up through your modified plank pose. And let's lift our hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. Let's pedal those feet out in our down dog. We can lift one heel, lift the other. Maybe you want to lift a leg up. Maybe you can lift the other. Just take 3 or 4 breaths to move yourself as you feel like you need to. Two more breaths here in your movement. And then meet me back in center. Now in your down dog, keep your feet where they are. Walk your hands back one handprint. So walk your right hand back, left hand back. So now you're in a shortened down dog. Bend your knees very healthily. Maybe your chest comes almost all the way to your thighs. We'll add a twist here. So we'll release the right arm underneath and through. Right arm comes to the outside edge of that left leg. You can either grab around that left ankle, left shin, or left thigh, wherever is most accessible for you. Keep pressing those heels down. Maybe you turn to look up underneath that left arm. You can begin to start to straighten those legs slightly if you'd like. Otherwise, just stay here. One more breath. Exhale, gently release that right arm down to meet the left. We'll switch to the other side. So make sure those knees are bent to start. Then send that left arm underneath. Wrap around the outside of that right foot. Add your twist if you'd like. You can look up underneath that right arm. Begin to straighten those legs if you'd like, or keep them bent. Staying for one more breath. And exhale, gently release that arm. Let's walk our hands all the way back to our feet. Feet are hips width distance. Let the knees bend. Come into your forward fold. We'll make this a ragdoll, so grab opposite elbows. Let your head hang heavy. Arms hang heavy, softening the shoulders away from the head and the ears. Keep gently pressing the feet down into the mat. You can gently sway from side to side if you'd like. Now switch the clasp of your elbows, whichever arm you have on top. Keep letting that head hang heavy, slight tuck of the chin to elongate that cervical spine. You can sway back and forth a couple more times. And coming back to stillness, releasing the arms down, press the feet down into the mat. We'll gently roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head and the arms, the last thing to arrive. Take your time coming up to standing. All right, once you meet me up here, let's roll those shoulders up and back a couple times. And then opposite direction, back and forward. Now walk to the top of the mat if you're not already there. And have your feet hips width distance, heels behind those center toes. Release those arms down to the sides. This is our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Blueprint pose where we often come back to in the start of our sequences. So again, we'll be going through 3 or 4 different sequences multiple times and building onto them. So through that repetition, it will allow you to focus more on your breath. We'll go through the first part of each sequence a little bit slower, and then as we ramp up, the idea is to have one breath to one movement. So let's start simple. Feet, again, are hips width distance, heels behind those center toes, arms down to the sides. Take a nice deep inhale, and exhale. Here we go. Let's inhale, lift the arms out and up overhead, look up. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, bend the knees, hinge forward into your forward fold. Knees can bend as much as you need to. And now place your hands on top of your shins. Inhale as you lift up halfway. Spine is nice and parallel with the mat, extending through all sides of the torso. And then exhale, gently release. Let's plant both palms on the mat. Keep your left foot forward, step your right foot back. Have your right arm underneath your right shoulder. And now lift your left arm up to the sky. Rolling the pinky side edge forward, adding a twist. Keep hugging the legs in towards each other. And now exhale, release that left arm down. Now drop the right knee down. And we'll shift the hips back. As you shift the hips back, left toes come up. Feet are flexed. You still generally keep this right hip on top of the right knee. We're not moving back too far. And then draw yourself forward, left knee back over that left ankle. Planting your palms, recurling those right toes, lifting the right foot up. Stepping the right foot up to the top of the mat. We'll inhale again, halfway lift, hands to the shins. Nice flat back in our halfway lift. And then exhale, rebend into your forward fold. From here, keep your right foot forward, step your left leg back, keeping that left knee off the mat. Left wrist underneath that left shoulder. And then inhale as you raise the right arm up to the sky. Roll the pinky side edge forward so that the palm faces forward. Keep hugging the legs in towards each other. And exhale, release that right arm down. Now drop the left knee down. Start to shift your hips back, straightening the front leg as you flex that front foot. Keeping the hip over the knee. And then shift your weight forward. Right knee back over that right ankle. Planting the palms. With the toes curled under, lifting that knee up, and then step that left foot forward. Let's inhale back into our halfway lift, nice long spine. You can begin to straighten the legs slightly here. And then rebend the knees, come back into your forward fold. Now press down through the feet. We'll come back up to standing. On your inhale, lift the arms out and up, overhead, palms face each other or touch, look up, soften the shoulders. Exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. All right, that's one sequence. Now we'll ramp it up. One breath, one movement. Here we go. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. And exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back. Right wrist under right shoulder. Inhale as you lift the left arm up to the sky, rolling the palm forward. Exhale, release the left arm down, drop the right knee back. Inhale as you shift your hips back, straightening that front leg, flexing the toes. And exhale, coming forward, lifting up that back knee, stepping the right foot forward. Let's inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway, one more time. And exhale, forward fold. Let's step the left foot back this time, keeping that knee up. Left foot, left arm underneath the left shoulder. Inhale as you raise the right arm up to the sky, rolling the palm forward. Exhale as you release that right arm down. Drop the left knee down as you shift the hips back, straightening the front leg. And exhale, coming forward, right knee back over ankle, stepping the left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins. And exhale, forward fold. Press your feet into the mat. Inhale, raise the arms out and up, overhead, palms face each other. Exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. We'll repeat that, adding on. Let's inhale, raise the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, step your right foot back, keep your right knee up. Right wrist under right shoulder, lift the left arm up to the sky. Press your feet down. Let's inhale, raise your torso up, stay in your twist. And then exhale, release that right arm back down. Release the left arm down. Drop the right knee down. Shift the hips back, drawing that left toes towards your chest. And exhale, come back and forward, stepping the right foot back up to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do one more. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold, planting your palms, stepping that left foot back. Left hand underneath that left shoulder, right arm up to the sky. Press down through your feet. And on your inhale, press and lift the torso up, keeping your twist, shoulder square to the long edge side of your mat. Exhale, release the left arm down. Right arm comes with it. Dropping the left knee down. Shift your hips back, extending, straightening that right leg as you draw the right toes back. Exhale, coming back forward, stepping the left foot up. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Press your feet into the mat. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. All right, take a moment to reconnect with your breath here. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And we'll move into our next series here. So make sure you're still at the top of your mat with your feet hips width distance, heels behind those center toes. releasing the palms down to the sides. So again, we'll go through the first version of this a little bit slower just so we become more comfortable. Make sure you're still at the top of your mat, gently pressing the feet down into the mat. And on your inhale, let's raise the arms up overhead, soften the shoulders down, maybe you gaze up. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Staying for a breath here, maybe you start to straighten your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the top of the shins, nice long spine. And exhale, forward fold, planting your palms down. Let's step the right foot back, step the left foot back into plank. So here's where at the beginning of class, we dropped our knees down and shift forward. You can repeat that. If you want to stay with your knees up, we'll shift the torso forward, bend the elbows, lower all the way to the mat. Uncurl the back toes, press the tops of the feet into the mat. And on your inhale, lift your head up and your chest up. Releasing the tailbone down towards the heels, shoulders down your back. Using those back abdominal muscles to lift yourself. And exhale, gently release. Curl the toes under. Press yourself up through down dog. Come through your plank first if you need to. And in your down dog, we'll stay here for 3 breaths. So check in, make sure you're pressing down to the base of each finger and each palm. Pressing the heels back and down. Spinning those inner thighs in and back as you press the chest back towards the thighs. Stay for 1 more breath. And exhale. Now let's inhale as you gaze forward. Exhale, step just the left foot forward. So coming into your high lunge again. Now we'll come into our warrior 2 feet. So we'll drop that right foot down, wiggle that left foot over so you have heel to arch alignment. Left arm comes to the inside edge, press down through your feet, right arm up to the sky. And inhale as you raise your torso up, coming into your warrior 2 pose. Making sure that left knee tracks over that ankle. Let's add some movement here. Let's inhale as we raise the arms up overhead, straighten that front leg. Exhale, rebend into your warrior 2. Inhale, raise. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, raise. Exhale, warrior 2. One more time. Inhale, raise. And exhale, warrior 2. Adding a reverse warrior, dropping the right arm down, left palm up, raise the left arm up to the sky, side lean over that right leg, straighten that front leg. And exhale, hinge forward, keeping the legs just as they are. Slight bend in that front knee if you need it. We'll come into our triangle, releasing the left arm to the inside or outside edge, raising the right arm up to the sky. Keep pressing back through that right heel. We're just here for a half breath. And now press down through your feet, come back into your reverse warrior, so keeping the legs just as they are. Now rebend the front knee, and let's spiral the arms forward and down. Come back into our high lunge, raising that back heel. Step the left foot to meet the back foot. Again, knees down or up, shifting the torso forward, bending the elbows, lower all the way to the mat. Uncurl the back toes, press the tops of the feet to the mat. Inhale, lift up into your version of back bend. If you like, you can begin to straighten those arms, halfway or full. And then gently release the forehead back down. Curling the toes under, lifting back up into your down dog. Come through tabletop or plank first if you need to. And we'll move to the other side. So this time, inhale as you gaze forward. Exhale, step the right foot to the top of the mat. So we'll drop the left heel down, left toes are slightly forward. Maybe you walk the right foot to the left slightly so you have heel to arch alignment. Right arm to the inside, press down through your feet, left arm to the sky, lifting up into your warrior 2. Settling into your warrior 2 here. We'll add some movement. So inhale, raise the arms up overhead, straighten that front leg. Exhale, release warrior 2. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. One more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. Adding a reverse, releasing the left arm down. Right palm up, raise the right arm up to the sky. Side lean over that left side body. Here for a half breath. And now straighten that front leg. Keep the legs just as they are. Now send your torso forward. Release the right arm down to the inside or outside edge. Lift that left arm up to the sky in our Trikonasana triangle pose just for a half breath. Keep the legs as they are. Raise yourself back up into your reverse warrior. Rebend that front knee and then spiral both arms forward and down. Come up on that back heel. Send the right foot to meet the back foot. Knees down or up. Shifting forward, bending the elbows, lowering all the way to the mat. Uncurl the back toes. Inhale, lift up into your back bend. Baby half or full cobra. Either way, releasing the tailbone towards the heels. And exhale, release the forehead down. Curl the toes under. Press up into your down dog. Coming through tabletop first if you need. Stay in your down dog for a couple deep breaths here. Letting the head hang heavy. Keep wrapping the triceps in. Elbow creases facing forward if you can. One more breath. And now inhale as you gaze forward. Bend the knees. Exhale, walk or step to the top of the mat. Let's inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold with your feet hips width distance. Press down. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. Palms touch. Exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. All right, we'll repeat that whole sequence. One breath, one movement. Here we go. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. And exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back, step your left foot back, knees down or up, shift forward, bending the elbows back, uncurling the back toes. Inhale, lift up into your back bend. Exhale, gently release. Curling the toes under, lifting up through your down dog. From here, we'll step the right foot forward to the top of the mat. Drop the left heel down. Heel toe that right foot over. Right arm to the inside edge. Left arm to the sky. Press down through your feet. Lift up into your warrior two. Let's inhale as we raise the arms up overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale as you raise. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, raise. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, raise. Exhale, warrior two. So reverse the warrior. Left arm down, right arm up to the sky. Reverse. Straightening that front leg. And exhale as you send your torso forward, hips back. Release the right arm down. Left arm to the sky. And then come back into your reverse warrior, keeping the legs as they are. Then you rebend that front knee. Spiral both arms forward and down. Come up on that back left heel. Send the right foot to meet the back foot. Knees down or up. Shift forward. This time you can lower either halfway or all the way. If you lower half, you can uncurl the tops of the feet and lift up into upward facing dog. Whatever back bend, then curl the toes under and lift up and back into your downward facing dog. Now in your downward facing dog, we'll move to the other side, stepping the left foot forward to the top of the mat. Right heel down, heel toe that left foot over to the middle. Left arm to the inside, right arm up to the sky. Press down through your feet. Inhale, lift up into your warrior two. Let's inhale as we straighten the legs and arms overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Two more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, warrior two. Reversing the warrior, right arm down, left palm up. Raise the left arm up. Side lean over that right side. Let's straighten that front leg. Keep the legs as they are. Send the hips back as the torso comes forward over that front leg, releasing the left arm to the inside or outside. Right arm up to the sky just for a half breath in your Trikonasana. Legs stay where they are. Lift yourself back up into your reverse warrior with your straight leg. Now bend that front knee and let's spiral both arms forward and down. Come up on that back heel. Send the left foot to meet the back foot. Knees down or up. Shift forward. Lower halfway or all the way. Uncurl the back toes. Inhale, lift up into your back bend. Up dog or baby, full or half cobra. Releasing the forehead back down, curling the toes under, lifting up into your down dog. Staying for 3 breaths in your down dog. Keep pressing the chest back towards the thighs, firming those triceps in, pressing the heels back. Staying for 1 more breath. And exhale, release. Let's inhale as we gaze forward. Bend the knees, exhale, walker step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Press your feet into the mat. Inhale, arms out and up, overhead. Exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. 1 more time with that sequence. We got it. 1 breath, 1 movement. Let's inhale, raise the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, step your right foot, step your left foot, knees down or up. Shift forward, lower halfway or all the way to the mat. Uncurl the back toes, lift up into your back bend, baby or upward facing dog. And then curl the toes under, lift yourself up into down dog. Come through table first if you need. And we'll step that right foot forward to the top of the mat. Drop the left heel down, wiggle that foot over so you have heel to arch. Right arm to the inside, left arm up to the sky. Press down through your feet, lift up into your warrior 2. Let's inhale as we raise arms up overhead, straighten that front leg. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. Let's reverse. Release the left arm down. Right arm up to the sky. Side lean with the bent knee to start. Now you straighten that front leg. Keep the legs as they are. Shift the hips back as your torso comes forward, releasing the right arm to the inside or outside edge. Left arm up to the sky. Press down through your feet. Lift back up into your reverse warrior with your straight leg. Now rebend that front knee. Spiral both arms forward and down. Opposite side of the foot. Come up on that back heel. Send the right foot back. Knees down or up. Shifting forward. Lowering halfway or full. Upward facing dog or baby, half or full cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Let's switch to the other side. We'll send the left foot forward to the top of the mat. Dropping the right heel down. Right toe slightly forward. Wiggle the left foot to the middle of the mat. Left arm to the inside edge, right arm up to the sky. Press down through your feet. Inhale, lift up into your warrior 2. Let's inhale as we straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. 2 more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. Don't worry, a break after this sequence. We got it. Exhale, warrior 2. Reversing our warrior. Release the right arm down. Left palm up to the sky. Staying here. Now straightening that front leg. Keeping the legs as they are. Shift your hips back as your torso and arm comes forward and down. Releasing the left arm to the inside or outside. Right arm up to the sky. Press down through your feet. Inhale, lift back up into your reverse warrior with your front straight leg. Rebend that front knee. And then spiral both arms forward and down. Come up on that back heel. Send that left foot to meet the back foot. Knees down or up. Shift forward, bend the elbows, lower halfway or full. Uncurl the toes, upward facing dog, or baby, full or half cobra. Curling the toes under, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Staying here for 3 breaths. Looks like we got Oliver in the house. What's up, buddy? 2 more breaths. Sometimes I like to think of my cats when I get a little tired and it gets a little tough. What do you think of to help calm you down? 1 more breath here. Now let's inhale as we gaze forward. Bend the knees. Exhale, walker step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Press your feet into the mat. Inhale, lift the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hands down through center. Don't worry, I got the break coming. Let's inhale, raise the arms up overhead. And exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Stay in your forward fold. Just adding a little more of a wrist exercise here. So we'll bring the the backs of our hands to the mat with the fingers facing back. Lift your toes up and then send your hands underneath. So the bottoms of your feet are on the palms with the backs of the hands to the mat. Try to have your toes come up towards your wrists. They should be touching your wrist ideally. You can bend your knees as much as you need to make this happen. Letting your head hang heavy, slight tuck of the chin. If this just isn't working for you, just stay in your forward fold and you can roll out your wrists here. Just another way to give our wrists some love here. And try to shift a little more weight into the toes, adding a little more pressure. No pain in the wrists. Staying for one more breath. And exhale, gently release. Stay in your forward fold. Walk your feet out to the width of the mat. Heels in, toes out. And we'll sit our hips back, come into our squat. If you need a block to sit for your squat, you can just place that underneath. Try to bring your hands into the center of your chest. Thumbs coming into the sternum. Try to imagine a string at the center of your chest, raising yourself up. See if you can get your triceps on the inside edges of your knees. If you can't come down this far, you want to stay up a little bit more. That's more than okay. Just in our squat for 2 more breaths. Don't worry, I promise a break is coming. And exhale, gently release. If you have a block, put it to the side. Gently let your hands fall behind you. Sit back on your sitting bones. And we'll gently roll onto our backs. Quick little intermission here. Let's bring the heels underneath the knees. Place the arms down to the sides. Coming into our bridge pose. Press the feet into the mat. And on your inhale, lift the hips up, pelvis up, chest up into your bridge pose. Now, if you have a block, you can slide it underneath your sacrum. Make sure it's at basically the lowest part of your back, that sacrum area. If you want to use your arms to support yourself, you can start to send your arms underneath your hips with your elbows supporting. Sometimes it takes a second to wiggle yourself, but see if you can make this your version of a restorative bridge pose. You're still spinning the inner thighs in and down to keep the knees hips width distance, but you're using either a block or your hands or your arms to kind of keep yourself propped up slightly. And if neither of that works, you can just cross your fingers underneath with your arms down and let your sacrum sit on that as well. We're just here for a couple more breaths. Intermission bridge pose. One more breath here. And exhale, gently release the arms of the block out. Try to roll down from the top of your spine, low back last to arrive. Heel toe your feet out to the width of the mat. Let the knees fall into touch. And let the knees rock from side to side. We've got one more sequence left in us. So let's bring the feet back to hips width distance. Separate the knees. Hug the knees back into your chest. Grab behind the backs of your thighs and roll up and down your spine a couple times. And then coming forward, lifting yourself back up into a forward fold. So feet are hips width distance. Let's inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Press your feet into the mat. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. All right, here we go. Only 2 versions of this sequence, so we'll go through it a little slower the first time, and then second time you'll have the opportunity to try and work it 1 breath, 1 movement. This time at the top of your mat, bring your big toes to touch. Separate the heels out to the, big toes touch, heels are close. They're maybe an inch or 2 apart. Releasing the arms down to the sides. Let's inhale into our chair pose. So knees bend, hips back, arms forward, palms face each other. Make sure you can gaze down and see those toes. 1 more breath. And exhale, hinge forward into your forward fold. Staying for a half breath here. Slight tuck of the chin. Let's inhale halfway, hands to the shins, nice long spine. Halfway lift here, extending out through all sides of the torso. And then rebend the knees into your forward fold. Planting both palms to the mat.
Stepping the right foot back, keep the left foot forward and the right knee up. Now press down through the feet and inhale, lift the arms up into your high lunge. So arms overhead, softening the shoulders down, palms face each other. Keeping that left knee on top of that left ankle, releasing the tailbone down towards the heel. Now inhale as you straighten that front leg. Exhale, rebend. So inhale, straightening the front leg. Exhale, rebend. 2 more here. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, rebend. Let's release the arms forward and down. We'll send the left foot to meet the back foot. Drop the knees down if you need to. Shift the torso forward, bend the elbows, lower all the way to the mat. Uncurl the back toes. Inhale, lift up into your version of back bend, baby or upward facing dog. Exhale as you gently release. Curl the toes under, pressing yourself back up into your down dog. Now this time in your down dog, step your right foot forward, keeping that left knee up. Press down through the feet. Inhale, lift the arms out and up overhead, coming into your high lunge. Palms face each other, soften the shoulders down. Right knee over that right ankle. Press back through the left heel. Release the tailbone down. Let's inhale as we straighten that front leg. Exhale, rebend. 3 more times. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Twice more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, rebend. Release the arms forward and down. Let's send the right foot to meet the back foot. Lift your hips up and back into down dog. And then inhale as you gaze forward. Bend the knees. Exhale, walk your step to the top of the mat. Feet touch. Big toes touch. Heels slightly separated. Let's inhale into your chair pose. Send the hips back, knees together. And then exhale, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Release the hands down to the sides. Take a breath here. We'll repeat that series with a little bit of an option or a little bit of adjustment you'll see towards the end. All right, so big toes touch, heels separating at the top of the mat, arms face forward. Let's inhale into our chair pose just for a half breath. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot stays forward, right foot steps back. Press through the feet. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead. Now inhale as you straighten that front leg. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale, straighten. Now stay here. So both legs are straight. Release the hands down to the center of your chest. Inhale as you lengthen the chest. And now exhale as you fold forward. So you're keeping that front foot nice and straight. Slight bend in the knee if you tend to hyperextend. Press down through that big toe. So we're hinging forward, coming down about halfway. If you'd like, you can release your hands down to the mat or to a block. That back heel can raise up as much as you like, or you can press it down towards the mat, whatever you like. But trying to keep that front leg straight, pressing down through that front big toe. Try to release your head, slight tuck of the chin. We're not resting our chest on our thigh. We're trying to create length here. It's our pyramid pose. We're holding just for one more breath. Now press down through your feet. Bring your hands back into the center of your chest. Inhale, lift yourself back up. Bend the front knee, raise the arms up overhead back into your high lunge. And exhale, release the arms forward and down. Step the left foot to meet the back foot. Last vinyasa here. Knees down or up as you shift forward. Bend the elbows or halfway or full. Uncurl the back toes. Lift up into your back bend. Cobra or upward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Lift the hips up and back into down dog. Now this time, send your right foot up to the top of the mat. Left knee stays up. Press down through the feet. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead. Now inhale as you straighten that front leg. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, straighten.
Exhale, bend. This is definitely a balancing pose too. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale, straighten. Hold here. Release the hands down through the center of your chest. Inhale as you lengthen, keeping that front leg straight. Exhale as you bend and you fold forward over that right leg. Keep pressing down through that right big toe. Once you come down about halfway, you can release your hands down, either to blocks, boxes if you have them, or to the ground. Keep pressing down through that right big toe. That back heel can lift all the way up, or it can press back down towards the mat. See what works for you. But try to keep that nice length in your spine as you slightly tuck your chin, letting your head hang heavy, but keeping your chest from resting on top of your thigh. Draw that right kneecap up in towards your hip, staying for one more breath in your pyramid pose. And now draw your hands back through the center, press down through your feet, inhale, lift back up. Bend the front knee, let's raise the arms back up overhead. And exhale, arms come forward and down. Step the right foot to meet the back foot, lift the hips up and back into your down dog. Let's send the knees forward, drop the knees to the ground, uncurl the back toes. We'll come back into our child's pose. Knees together, big toes together, knees can be together or out to the sides of the mat. Shift your hips back, release your forehead down, forearms to the mat. Take your nice deep breaths in your child's pose. Maybe you come back to the longer exhales as you just slowly count to yourself. Just take 2 more deep breaths here. One more. And gently begin to lift your hips up, forehead up. Send your legs off to the side. We'll come down onto our back, so just be gentle with your knees bent. If you want to hold onto your knees or your thighs, you can, or let your arms rest as you gently roll onto your back. If you feel like challenging yourself, you can. If you just want to come on your back and meet me here, I totally get it. Once you're on your back, let's hug the knees in towards our chest. Keep the knees and the feet together. Let's let the knees and the feet fall off to the left side, adding a spinal twist. Extending both arms out to a T-shape or field goal pose with the palms up. Make sure these knees are at least up at hip height, so if they're down a little bit farther, it's going to put a little bit of undue stress on the low back. So at least up at hip height. If they don't quite reach the floor, you can always place a block underneath. And try to keep your right shoulder rooted, turning your neck to look over those right fingertips. Nice full spinal twist here. Staying for 2 breaths. One more breath. Gently bring your gaze back up towards the ceiling, release your knees back up to center, and we'll let the knees fall off to the right side this time. Keep the knees and feet together if you can, and have those knees at least up at hip height. Arms are still out at shoulder height, either in a T or a field goal, with the palms facing up. You can place that block underneath that right knee this time if you need, and try to keep that left shoulder rooted on the mat. Turning your neck to look over those left fingertips. Let's stay for 2 breaths. One more breath here. Inhale, turn to look back up at the ceiling. Bring the knees back into center. Hug those knees back in towards your chest. This time separate the knees out wide. Begin to straighten the legs until the bottoms of the feet face up towards the ceiling, coming into happy baby pose. So keep your low back on the mat. Your hands can either grab around the outside of your thighs, outside of your shins, or if they grab the outside of your feet, have your arms come to the inside edge of your knees. The idea here is to gently pull those knees down towards the mat, the bottoms of the feet facing up towards the ceiling.
Happy baby pose. If you're one that likes to roll left and right in your happy baby, go for it. If you get stuck on one side, don't worry about it. No one can see you. Well, I can't see you. Always come back to the center. Keep rolling if you'd like. And now meet me back in the center. Draw the knees back in towards the center of your chest. Give a nice squeeze here. Draw the back of your head and your shoulders off the mat. Come into a nice little egg shape as you squeeze everything in towards each other. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. One more breath. And exhale, release. Extend both legs. Arms overhead. Point the toes. Extend the fingertips away from the body. And one last full body stretch here. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And exhale, gently release. Arms down to the sides. Palms face up. Let the knees and the feet fall out to the side. Coming into our final pose of practice, our Shavasana. A time to release. You can let your eyes soften or your gaze close completely. Just notice if you have any last little bit of tension in your body. Can you release? Maybe your jaw is still clenched. You can release that bottom jaw. Your lips may slightly part. Be furrowing your brow. You can release your forehead slightly. Maybe the shoulders hang heavier, mounting into the mat. Just finally release any last little bit of control over the breath. Just be here. And just begin to bring some awareness back into your body. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes.
Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Switch directions in those rotations. And come back to stillness for one last breath here on your back. And begin to bend your knees as you gently roll over to one side of your body. Rolling over, releasing your top arm to rest on your bottom. Top knee rests on your bottom knee. Stay for a breath here on your side. Now keeping your eyes softened or your gaze closed, use your top arm to press yourself up into a comfortable cross-legged seat to complete your practice today. In your comfortable seat, you can rest your palms on top of your knees, palms face up towards the ceiling, or bring your hands into the center of your chest. Let's all take a nice deep inhale in together. Through the mouth, exhale. Thank you all for joining me in practice today. The light and love in me acknowledges and honors the light and love in each one of you. Thank you. Peace. All right. Thank you all so much for joining me on this Friday. Hope you had a wonderful week and enjoyed the little bit of movement we had today. Okay, a lot of bit of movement we had today, but I really enjoyed it. I really like getting practices in on a Friday because it really takes me into the weekend well. So I hope you all feel great. If you ever have any questions, you can always leave them in the chat, in the comments for the video as well. And in the description is more of my contact info if you'd like to stay in touch that way. The schedule might change next week. It looks like Monday I may have to change that time for the fundamental class at 7. So stay tuned. I will try to update on Instagram and update the next class on YouTube to reflect the new time or day that I might have to switch. So yeah, I think that's it. If you'd like to donate, that link is in the video description as always to help fund racial or social justice. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend coming up. Take however you feel into the weekend and just enjoy. And I will appreciate seeing you all next time in practice. Again, my name is Daniel. Thank you all. Oh, Nicole, thank you for checking in. Yes, I'll tell Oliver and Coney you said hi. They're sleeping. They're right out of camera view. They're right in front of me, so they're nearby. But yes, thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see you next time in class. Thank you. Peace.